Welcome back, frienderinos, to the lovely, beautiful Oasis we have here. So, as pardon me while I get my bearings again, but as I was saying, as I was trying to figure, basically, I'm trying to figure out what we're doing next. So, according to Shakiro, there was a Druk traveler in Keaton Caves. You should go and find her. Alright. Which, I do believe that I've done really everything management-wise that I need, and the management's really important, so you gotta make sure that you do that every morning in-game. That's how I handle it, anywho. It's probably the way the game basically kinda tries to ingrain in you first thing in the morning. At least that's just where I naturally started tending toward. I don't think it's explicitly said, but it's really, the best idea, I'd say, from how much I've played. Well, look at how much more health we have with the rainbow shit, man. Remember when we died in like 2 hits from one of those? Feels good, man. I feel like it's a little OP, because god, that's a lot more health. But yeah, that's why you keep your rainbows all nice. But okay, it's interesting. The beginning of the game is actually really hard, because if you get hit like once or twice, you're a dead boy. Or girl. But it's interesting, or in between, who knows, man. It could be a they, and that's cool. But like, I was saying something about combat, and I forgot. I'm up. God, I love the atmosphere of this game, though. The cool, like, epic desert feel in the music, in the graphics, the grandiose and vast feel of a lot of the levels, the openness, the adventure. I mean, they really did a lot. They really pushed the 3DS hardware, and it shows, and I really feel like it's just a very well-made game. I really just enjoyed, like, destroying cacti, man. It was a very satisfying thing to do, and you need that pulp, especially this early in the game. This game kinda gets easier as you go on. Well, the kinda... I don't know how to explain it this early. I'll have to kind of revisit through this Let's Play a lot of the later sections in order to kind of give you my verdict on that. But I just remember the game feeling like it got, easier and harder almost at the same time in different ways. Interesting how I felt that. I'm thinking of particular encounters as well, so it might be just an odd little difficulty fluctuation, or at least one that I feel. And, a lot of people don't take into account when they're writing reviews or having opinions on games in general that a lot of times the developers probably aren't entirely privy to, how anyone else but themselves are going to interpret how a game plays just at a general level. That's why playtesters are a thing, and difficulty. A lot of people are going to think a game is easy and a lot of other people are going to think the exact same game, exact same difficulty setting is also difficult as hell. It really depends on the person. It also depends on the person if they find the level of difficulty offered in a difficulty mode or, a game for those that don't have adjustable difficulty modes. If they find it fun, if they find it tedious, if they find it frustrating, you've gotta, I think as a developer, really balance a lot of things, and that's so difficult that and also, it's very subjective, too. A lot of people will feel a game is just a perfect amount of difficulty for them, at least at a certain point in their life, and others will think very opposite. I really love a lot of the mechanics of this game. Revisiting it really reminded me that I love a lot of how this game plays and works and feels. I really feel like it's underrated as hell, and I tend to latch on to games that have a lot of charm and are smaller, and this is one of them. Very, very well done, though. And by pretty legendary creators, too. The, the main creator behind the Secret of, behind the original Secret of Mana, for example. I'm not sure if he was also behind Trials of Mana, which we will also be getting to on the channel. But, I'm interested about that. Oh, yep, the bombs. Yeah, sometimes you'll get... I do believe sometimes... I'm trying to remember. No, those are always bombs, aren't they? I don't actually remember. I feel like sometimes you get stuff out of them, but maybe they're just for attacking the enemies with. I know there's a different mechanic than just the bombs for those whirly things, but... Oh, that's right, there's... You do something to drag them over here, and I don't think you can do it with a seedling? I don't remember. There's definitely a puzzle element to those bombs. Do you attack that? I don't remember. I'm sure... I know it. I know for a fact it will be directly hinted at in some way or another later on in the game. Man, I love the atmosphere of this game, though. It's very, very good. Very immersive. And the dungeons really do feel well made to me. Even the later dungeons that, well, we'll get to those. You kind of need to grind in a particular type of randomized dungeon later on in the game. Well, there's only really one type, but this game has a very particular and interesting way of going about it that I found engaging, but I never actually grind. What do you think is grind is in like game grinding in past tense? You know, RPG grinding. What would you call that in past tense, friends? Because I'm not sure if I should be saying grinded or ground, and either sounds awkward to me. Anyway, let me know, because I don't think that's an official term. Because, you know, the word grind is a, you know, it's a slang word to begin with. But I don't know if, what would you call grinding in past tense, friends? I'm just interested, because I like to play with the English language, and I like to kind of, you know, say the words that feel right. Neither of those felt right, you know, for what I'm trying to express. So, or well, I mean, it felt interesting. Interestingly, like, you know, all I was trying to do was express the word, you know, game grind in past tense. But I don't know, grinded and ground both sound odd to me. Oh, hello, can I help you? Oh, you came to find me? Well, I mean, I was told to find a Drauk, and you fit that description. But otherwise, I'm not sure, but you are the only Drauk in here that I've found, so you're probably her. Ah, I see. You're looking to gather residents for your Oasis. Interesting. Well, I'm currently traveling to the Leopard Lair via the Kidung Pass, on a quest of sorts. I have an idea. What say you come along with me for a while? Once I'm done, I'll pop over to your little oasis. Deal? Sure, that's fine by me. Let this travel during your party? Sure, heck ye. I love lizard grills. Look at her, she's so cute. Look at the closed eyes. I want to hug this lizard grill, she's so beautiful. I love the designs of all the races, and there's so many different each character I feel looks unique. A lot of games have very similar models. Now, honestly, there's a lot of very generic characters in this game, but I feel like there's so much variance in the models that they feel like unique people anyway. You know, everything from the actual, you know, colorations and facial features and stuff. Mostly, like, colorations is just general, just, like, different, like, expressions on the face. That's fine for an anime-style game like this. Or more... I'm not sure if you'd call this anime-style, but definitely a Japanese cutesy type of art style, for sure. What else was I saying? I feel like you could probably classify it as chibi, at least, like, in the case of the seedlings and mostly the seedlings, because the other races are very distinct and are very animalistic and don't really fit in the whole chibi mold, but I don't know. It's interesting. What would you classify this art style as, friends? Are you certain? And I think I've read that line. You may call me Miura. Miura of the Drauk. I love these names. Drauk, Miura. I love the names in this game. They're so fantastical. They're so mysterious, and they really kind of keep drawing me into the setting. Also, for a Japanese game translated to English, I do believe localized, because of the sheer quality. Because there is a difference between localization and translation. Localization, basically, from what I understand, is just it's translated by people who know what they're doing, and they also really spend a lot of time trying to make sure that everything is understandable and flows well to, a native speaker of whatever language they're translating it to. So these people had to sit down and really kind of hash out the Japanese dialogue in a way that really flows well and makes sense in English. And that's kind of difficult to do. I'm sure most, if not all, of us sitting here watching this, right now, of you sitting here watching this right now, I mean, have played, or at least watched a video of, or what have you, or heard of a very poorly translated game, especially from Japanese to English. It's not easy to translate, not easy at all, from what I understand, to translate from those symbol-based languages to the more Latin symbol-based language. The ones based off the Latin alphabet, because the ones, most of you are probably aware that most Asian languages are very, very, very different. The characters are very different, and they work very differently in the way the language is structured. So it's not easy to simply translate in a way that sounds good, but I'm pretty sure with just how well the text flows, especially as a writer, I really appreciate the way this game is written. Because it's simple, and it's a simple storyline. It's some pretty shallow, character storylines and etc. But the way it's told is very eloquent, and as a native English speaker who doesn't really have any kind of even close to fluency in any other languages, and also is a writer, it's awesome for me to see that. Anywho, let's keep going. Dirk, What an enchanting and mysterious name. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Enchanting and mysterious names. Hey, that's yours. That's literally what I'd say the names in this game are. That's actually pretty awesome. I was just talking about that too. Oh dear, looks like we're surrounded, and there's some awesome fucking... I love this track. Battle music happening. Steel yourself for battle. Oh hecky. I'm already steeled for battle. This music's doing it to me. Let's do it. I'll handle the shark cobras. And by the way, I love the enemy design in this game. It's so... They're usually hybrid animals, if not always, but they're very interesting. I like them. I like the enemy design in this game. The spear is especially effective against them, and your sword is strong against leopards, so I'll leave them to you when they're around. Let's do this. Miura joined the party. Attack superiority, which is an interesting little mechanic this game has. I love it quite a bit, actually. Watch for an enemy's attribute icon when you lock on with L. If the icon matches your weapon's advantage attack, you'll do greater damage, shown as red damage numbers. When scrolling through playable characters with up and down, be sure to keep an eye on how their weapons and skills match up with enemy attributes. This will give you an edge in battle. Alright? By the way, down, and be more careful about my poor dude. Dodge and freaking use a... Hello. Where's the heal button? I'm pretty sure you can press one of the face buttons to get to this menu, but I forget which. I also might be wrong. That settles that. It appears we make quite the team. Well, I don't know if I was any help there, but thanks for the compliment. And you are awesome, that's for sure. I mean, she was the only one that did any damage. That was mostly my fault, though, as a player. But I was speaking as my player character there a sec ago. I just tend to roleplay in games. Like, this is a really role-playable game, I'd say. That's part of why I think I really wanted to Let's Play it. Best to press on for now. We must continue to seek the leopard lair. Also, you should know that I'm an expert miner. It's true. If you see any sparkly rocks, set me to mining. Which, again, there are several different skills like this. There's mining and digging, and there's another one at least, I think. And you basically need to have a party member with the skill. You do not have one. I'm not sure you can get the skill at all, but I may be wrong. I feel like I'm wrong on that. But for at least most of the game, if not... No, I'm pretty sure it's really just basically just restricted to people who just have the skill. But you have to utilize character skills, and you also have to... You'll get an ability to teleport back from anywhere later, and that will be really useful, especially for making sure you have all the resources, because you'll sometimes need to grab someone that has a skill you need for all sorts of things, actually, not just resource gathering. I'm pretty sure, anyway. I'm pretty sure there's definitely a few other applicable things besides resource gathering for that kind of thing. I'm fairly confident that my spear is up to the task of dealing with this device. Just leave it to me. Well, perfect. Thank you. Which means that... Okay, yeah, this thing. Spear levers. That's what I call them, anyway. Boing! I love the animation for... I love all the animation in this game. Like, there's just so much good shit in this game, people. I love it. Anyway. I'm glad I can show it to y'all. It's a beautiful video game. I do believe they're just bombs, aren't they? No, I swear there's items in them sometimes. Yeah, there are. I knew there were. It always pays to do this. Yep. And, a rock on that portal, which unfortunately we can't get rid of. Oh, hello. Nice. Petrified branches. Ooh, that was a nice rich vein there. Very beautiful. Nice. Remember, dodge, dodge, dodge. Light attacks. Heavy attacks. Anyway. Sometimes I just have to remind myself, no matter how much I play a game, especially in session, actually, interestingly enough, at least I feel like it. And also, I have to start getting into a groove, you know, once I initially play a game. By the as I initially begin playing a game, no matter how much I played it, oftentimes. Well, that also depends, I think, on generally how I'm doing mentally, how just, you know, predisposed to focusing I am or not, and paying attention, which also can depend. But I'm able to definitely control that better and better all the time, which is beautiful. It's not an ultimatum. I have some mental conditions that make that difficult sometimes, but, you know. You live and you learn, and you're able to better your situation in ways that you don't even think about oftentimes until they just happen, essentially. Until you just discover them through endeavoring to be more aware, which is beautiful. And, you know, I really love to wax, wax motivational speakery on this channel, because I think it's extremely important to talk about these things, no matter what kind of entertainment you're doing. I feel like, honestly, if you have a platform, you should use it to talk about these kind of things, because it's extremely helpful for people, and I feel like there's not enough of it in the world. A lot of people think a lot of this kind of shit is woo-woo and not worth it, but that's just not healthy. God. Anyway, back to what I was saying. God, I actually forgot, but that was also an important thing to touch on today. I felt like I had it for a second there. Oh well, that's cool. But you know, I mean that particular mistake would have also really made me angry at myself not too long ago, and that's kind of, I think, what I was getting at, in a way at least, was the fact that you can train your mind to be better, and a lot of times, I feel like I had it again. A lot of times, you'll think things are going wrong, and that's the actual issue. And a lot of, or at least it only makes the issue worse. And once you really learn to challenge your thinking and kind of pile positives or at least neutrals on top of the negatives at least, and to be very aware of what you're thinking and to also work on being able to let thoughts go, is kind of just like an idea of, or not an idea of, just like, it's just a feeling. You're like, oh hey, yes, I'm thinking about this a lot, okay. And you just kind of sit there for a bit, and you remain vigilant about the fact that you're thinking, but you don't try to do anything. You don't try to force it out, even if it's horrible, or you don't try to keep it there either, even if it's a great thing. You just let it go, and the more that you work on that, the better you deal with everything, and the less you cling on to positive things to a degree that's unhealthy as well. And everything becomes easier, and it's beautiful. And a lot of times people have to find their own way of mindfulness. It's not any kind of cut and dry thing. Every mind is different, every experience of life is different, and so your journey is different, but I hopefully am giving you pointers that will help you in the future. And because a lot of spiritual teachers have given me pointers that I feel like I understand the meaning of deeper in an intuitive way every day as I continue this practice, and I never really got it at first. I never really felt like I understood any of it. And I feel like I only understand a little bit more of it each day as I continue to work on this angle, and, you know, only when I'm at my mentally best, which right now, awesomely, beautifully, I am right now. Anywho, friends, let's keep going. We've made it to the lair, but it appears the mother isn't here. Regardless, I vote we press on. What's she so concerned about the mother leopard for? Or, I think leopard anyway, if not shark cobra. Oh yeah, that's right. We are better with dealing with the leopards, which we did not switch right in time, but it's all good. Beautiful. That is a diggy hole. Diggy hole, which we cannot diggy up yet. We cannot make that dig spot into a diggy hole quite yet. I am a seedling and I'm digging a hole. Diggy hole, digging a hole. Man, that's some prime internet culture right there, friendos. If you know what that's from, I would like to know if you know, because it's old at this point. Old mem. For old mem. Well, although Minecraft is popular enough that I'm sure most people know about it that might be watching this. Anyway, I mean, I'm just curious how many people end up commenting on this. I mean, A, in general, because I know I'm not very well known yet at all, but B, just about that particular thing. I'm just wondering how many people know what Diggy Hole is all about. I mean, honestly, if you just search it on YouTube, you will be able to experience the meme in all its glory, and if you don't know, I recommend it. It's just a fun time. Oh dear, I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared for how dang cute and beautiful and wondrous you look in that outfit there, Missy, and the purple on your head. I love the designs of the characters. Just generally, they're very nice and they're very fantastical and very. The garb is very. I don't know, I want to say it's gaudy, but not in a bad way. It's just very, oftentimes the garb is just, it's very flashy, and it's very, brightly colored and creative, and I don't know, I really enjoy it. There's a Drouk settlement north of Keydung Pass, as you may be aware. My comrades went out training, but they've yet to return. It appears a cave-in has destroyed the steps that lead up to the settlement. The mound of sand here must be from the incident. That thinking pose is so cute to me. I love it. I love so much the animation in this game. It's beautiful. Now I'm uncertain how to proceed. We will not be able to do that, friends, for a good while, by the way. And she'll just be standing there for a lot of time in-game. Somehow, some way, she finds a way. Oh yeah, we have to do this with Miura and... Whoop, alley-oop. Beautiful. And have her press the button. I said have her press... I already had to press the button, didn't I? I forgot. Alright, yep, this is where we need to be, so beautiful. Let's do it. Ooh, big ol' room full of big ol' lots of treasure and stuff. Another bomb. We'll probably be needing those. Okay, diggy holes everywhere. I don't think there's ore in here, though. There are plants to get some cactus stuff from, though. I knew there was also going to be a boss trigger in here, but I didn't know where it was or when it would trigger, and being along the edge there and having a trigger is a little awkward to me. But hey, that works. Looks like this is a dead end, which also means she isn't here after. I feel like this is a boss room, but I may be misremembering. Oh, I was just rambling. Don't mind me. Discussions for another time, really. Dergy, it would seem that we are being rather rudely welcomed at the moment. Brace yourself. Yeah, okay. I remember the she's talking about isn't the mother she was talking about. It was someone else that we will get to meet later, actually. And I love their whole dynamic, by the way. And I love a lot of the character stories in this game, even though they tend to be rather simple. It's like... I feel like I say that in kind of a complaining light just because I'm a writer, I guess. And a lot of gamers will have deeper story stuff, too. Especially people that play these kinds of mechanically deeper games. But, you know, like... I really enjoy the little packages the stories are in this game. It's just a nice game to almost relax to and enjoy, even though the combat can be tense at times. It still has a rhythm to it, and there's just so much about this game that's just great to just kick back and relax and play. I love it. Derg, you're quite the fighter. Seedlings are true warriors indeed. I love the whole warrior culture thing the Drauk are on about. It's great. You're the chief of an Oasis. That explains your impressive durability in battle. Earlier, when I was rambling, well, you see, it's about my sister. She's been missing for some time. She ventured off on her own in hopes of becoming a stronger Drauk. We pride ourselves on strength, you know. But she's been gone for so long, and now I fear the worst. I'd hoped she'd be here, training with leopards, but I was wrong. As thanks for accompanying me, I'd like to give you this. I believe that's exactly what you said. Synthesizing it with your current weapon will make the blade sharper than before. Beautiful, thank you. Obtain burning sand. Obtain cactus pulp. You received 100 duodems. Also another little fun addition to the synthesis tutorial. I kind of like how they drip tutorials on you in this game, the way that they do it, that I remember anyway. And what they've been introducing so far, and the pace at which they have been. Derg, thank you so very much for your aid. You can expect to see me very soon at your Oasis. Ah, the cute wave. I love the animation. I love it. Miura left the party, and she shall be visiting us soon. Beautiful. It seems Miura's mission is to find her sister. I hope it works out for her. Me too. Egads, you're pretty far out there, Derg. If you want to get back to the Oasis in a snap, just use the aqua gate. Aha! Our handy-dandy aqua gate. Yay! I'm hyped to have it. Oh, I should have mentioned. If you use the aqua gate, you can instantaneously go back to the Oasis. Now's as good a time as any to give it a whirl. Let's. I just love the way the dialogue is. And they really made Esna out, like, a lot of the characters have personality that's conveyed, I'd say, pretty well in their dialogue, which is actually not easy to pull off. I I really feel like I'm gonna actually get a lot about how to dialogue well, when I'm writing. How to write dialogue well from this game and continuing to observe it as I play it for the channel. Tap the Aquagate button on the touchscreen to create an Aquagate. Use it to return to the Oasis. Access the Aquagate from the Oasis warp point to return to the last place you used it. Will do. Oh, yes please! Beautiful. Ah, you've made it back, Dirk. You've got to tell me about your adventures. Ah, cute. Oh. Miura gave you materials for a weapon, right? The going is only going to get tougher, so let's synthesize you a stronger weapon, huh? Sure. Menu. Residence. Shakuro. Wise seedling who can't grow a bloom booth of his own, but can still help out. Fulfillment juice shop. I'm just making sure I get. I have read everything for y'all. That's why I'm going through all these menus and slowly remembering to actually look at all the tabs and getting into the groove of doing that. Miura, a drought you met in Kedon Cave. She specializes in using a spear. Rumor has it a traveler wants a ball and scarf. Yeah, we're still working on that. Which, I'm pretty sure we don't get both the ball and scarf shop for a good little while here, actually. Or at least, for me, I remember that I think I had the people around, but it ended up being pretty tough for me to fulfill the request in time. A lot of it was because I kept getting distracted, though. Anyway. Lily. A cheerful seedling girl who became the first resident of your oasis. Things. Razor tooth fur ball. Tangled ball of fluff from a razor tooth. Burning sand. Scalding hot sand. Yowie! Cute. Sticky thread. Shatterack thread. By the way, a lot of the enemy names are also really cool. Shatterack and stuff. Okay. Cactus pulp. Yep, pulp's the inside of a cactus. Definitely an acquired taste. Cactus thorn, cactus spine. Leopard furball. Or yep. I'm trying to make sure as best I can, because it is a little hard to make sure you've read everything here, that I have read as much of it as possible. Anywho, friends, I'm going to leave it here for now. I hope you all have enjoyed the episode. I've certainly enjoyed recording it, and if you want to support the Dergy in other ways, you can go watch me Twitch channel when I'm live. I try to go live at least, 3-4 times a week. I definitely try to stream pretty frequently. So if you could follow me in there, it'd be beautiful. Drop a like and subscrizzle on the channel if you'd like to. You could also go ahead and follow the Dergy on the Twitter so that you can know when I go live, actually. And I might also start tweeting out stuff about the channel, too. Anywho, friendos, I hope you all have lovely days, and I will see you all later.